Do we want to start with like a serious actual?
No, let's do
topic?
hip hop. Let's do hip hop because this really got on my nerves yesterday. And
I all these videos I see on Twitter, and I'm like, nah, I don't want to watch that.
yeah,
And then those are always the videos you send me. I'm like, oh,
because I have so many opinions about our culture falling apart. Whoa, Rick's doing nothing but bread and water. Rick, that's crazy.
Not all Lent, right?
All
Rick?
of Lent or
just
yeah, look at my Lavazza lovers out there. It's really the best coffee. Rick, are you really doing that all Lent? That's nuts, man. I don't know if I can. I have my uncle. He did a 30-day fast and only took supplemental vitamins and drank water, and he lost like 60 pounds. Like he tried to go the Jesus route, you know.
That's rough.
Yeah. All right, let's get into hip hop because I don't think people want to hear us talk about our
I don't think people want to watch this either.
But you're gonna love this one.
Okay, let's do this. I'm sorry, everyone.
Here we go, guys.
Cuffs on my veins, wearing these jeans. Roll tide, go balls, SCCs. Freaking fighting, riding races, trackers on the straight. So healthy, right side is damn good day, but a fish are biting. Top of water, sinking bobbers. I get these looks from my mama, kick gas from my father. Come on, survive.
All right, we've heard enough. We've heard enough. The gangster, the fuck for my mama. It's really frustrating to watch women try to act like the movement she's making. It's very urban hip hop, right? Like it's very urban hip hop. This is. And the reason it's urban hip hop is because these are gangbangers and they got guns and they're out there. I mean, this girl is trying to move like she's a gangster from the South Bronx, and
at the same time, she's not like really country either. Like, the big lifted truck in the background, like, she's never driven one of those.
Never. And she is she's also in the rainbow cult. Right. So this girl is already suffering. Yeah, she's suffering from some disorders. And she thinks she needs to be the man in the relationship, apparently. But just the whole gangster, tough girl, like, it really drives me nuts. So Rick says, 2 pieces of bread for lunch, 2 pieces of bread for dinner. On Sundays, I'll have 2 small meals because it's the Lord's Day. Rick, I'm going to pray for you this Lent. That's bold, brother. Yeah. So agrarian peasant says it's beyond cringe. Like the idea of Lauren says us Southerners don't claim her. I heard, and I did a little digging on this girl once, Jason, because Jason's the one that told me she's in the rainbow thing. So I heard when she couldn't get the music career going off, she wound up just starting an OnlyFans. So apparently everybody else agrees with our taste in her music. It was pretty terrible. I this is just the symptom of
everything
that's wrong with the West, man. It really is. Like this actually, you should why don't you go down to the last 2 things that I sent you about Australia, because Australia, they have, I guess, what do they have, the US Open? Not the US Open, they have the Australia Open going there or something.
Probably.
I think they have some sporting event going there, or a pride event going on, or something. But if you play the first video, it's a Pantene commercial, and then the second is about a mural that was down there.
Yeah, give me a second.
Oh, it's 100% Rick. The only validation she could get is back and like a man. Well, the culture around her is telling her that she should act like a man. And what is a man anymore, right? And they try to confuse you and make you think that there is no such thing as proper gender roles. It's really absurd.
Okay, here we go, everyone. I'm sorry.
It's a Pantene commercial.
Isn't makeup supposed to make you look better?
Wait till you see what's coming.
Present themselves authentically.
Look at this! What is that?
I think
you maybe should have let it play twice to really get. It's like, dude, what What is going on?
Why can people not be honest with these people? Why is no one saying like, "Look what you have done to yourself"? Like,
it's worse than that.
does no one love these people?
That's what it comes down to. And it's not even that nobody is telling them they look terrible. People are telling them they look fabulous. And what there was this whole thing that went down between Matt Walsh and I think it was Jeremy from the Quartering. So Matt Walsh went.
I've never heard of the Quartering until like last week.
Until last week, and now he's been everywhere, right? Me too. I never heard of him until I saw something with Eliza Blue 2 weeks ago, and now he's just everywhere. He's everywhere. So Matt Walsh went, he was brutal with Dylan Mulvaney. Now Dylan Mulvaney is
he was honest.
Yeah, right. So
honest.
But Dylan Mulvaney is a clown. He's mocking what it means to be a woman. Like it's just such a. I don't understand how blackface is wrong and that's not. Like how is it not? Well, please explain this to me. Why is it okay for Dylan Mulvaney to do what he's doing, but if somebody pulls what Robert Downey Jr. did in Tropic Thunder, then that's wrong. Like I can't understand it. So Matt Walsh was brutally honest. That's it. He's like, you're ugly. You don't look like a woman. You're not fooling anybody. And he just like went off and told the truth. And a bunch of conservative outlets came out and they were like, you could catch more flies with honey. You don't have to be so vicious. And it's like,
don't you realize how we got to this point?
We got to this
point by trying to pussyfoot around everything.
We got to this point because people weren't willing to have fights with their in-laws like I did 2 weeks ago, right? Like that's really how we got to this point where everybody said, don't talk about religion and don't talk about politics and don't talk about, gender stuff. Don't talk about the rainbow stuff.
It's the whole tolerance as a virtue problem, right?
Yeah. So when I spoke up with my in-laws, it was shocking to them because nobody's done that. But if we would have been doing that since the time of the sexual revolution in the 60s, maybe we wouldn't be where we are right now. But